In this tutorial, we're going to go over item management. Your items can be found in the navigation bar. It'll be the second button. Your items are going to be categorized in the following. All is going to be all the items that you have ever uploaded into RIA. Your purchased items are items that have been purchased but are not currently listed or for sale. Listed are all of your items that are currently listed for sale, so active listings. Sold are all of your items that have sold but you haven't been paid for them yet. And completed is a completed transaction. So the buyer has accepted the item and you have the cash now in your bank account. Now these lists are going to get rather big as you're adding more and more items. So there are two ways that you can search. You can hit this alphabet bar here on the right hand side. So let's say that I'm looking for something in the M's. I'll just hit M and all of my items that are listed by brand, it's going to show up. So all my M's are here. I can also hit this little magnifying glass, and let's say that I'm looking for my spell piece. You can see here spell, there's my item. So it's just a quick way that you can look up all of your pieces. Now when I'm talking about item management, I consider all of our statuses the life cycle of an item. So you start with a purchased item, you move it to listed, to sold, and then to complete. So really, your item's life cycle starts right at the beginning from when you first purchase a piece. So what you're gonna do is the first step is that you're gonna create a new purchase. Now I've already gone over new purchase in another tutorial, so I'm not gonna actually go over this piece, but that is when your inventory actually starts to count. Not when you list it, not when you have sold it. So after we add in our new items from a new purchase, they're gonna go here. So they're gonna go to a purchase status. Now a purchase status, like I said, is an item that you have purchased, but you haven't listed it yet. So you can see here I have some items here that have some stock photos, some that I still need to add, but that is what a purchased item is. The way that the item management page is broken out, you have to think of it as the life cycle of your item. So like we said, purchase is going to be all the items that we purchase. So say we listed our pieces and we want to move them over to a new status. So there's two ways to do that. You can click on the individual item, we hit the pencil, we can see here anything that just highlighted is a field that can be edited. So your item number, which is a new feature, you can go ahead, I added my item number, but let's say you use the bin system. So you can say that this is in bin B and it's item number 23 in that bin. You can make that adjustment there. So if you want to change the status, you just go to status. You can change the status to any of these, but we're going to move it over to listed. Once you move that over to listed, you see more fields pop up. We did our comp pricing, so we did our comparison and we saw that generally these jackets sell for about $30. So that means let's give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room. We'll say 35. And additional costs that won't come into play until after we sell it. Our listing date will always default for today, but you can make some changes if you need to there. And Poshmark, we currently only have the capability of of picking one platform at a time. But what's great about this is that if, let's say I do cross post to Mercari, you can make that change at any time. It's very simple and very easy. So we'll hit the little check mark and now let's go to listed. Let's look up blank NYC and our jacket is right there with a status of listed. The second way that you can move a status over is by pressing and holding. So if we get these by the way red pants, you can see that highlighted. This is a way that you can select multiple items. So let's say I listed all of these pieces today. We hit the little arrow Everything shows up in a really quick format. So you can just quickly add in your information here. So we're gonna say, let's do it really quick. So I listed these for 60. I listed them for day. Today, the platform is Poshmark. The comp price that I saw for these were 55 or 55.50, sure. So we'll just keep moving. So we go through. I did that the other day. I'm actually only gonna list this on Mercari. So you can see here we can make quick changes and add in our data rather quickly. 5, say this went to the real. And then we would just hit the little check mark and everything has now moved over into a listed status. And that's how you move an item status over. It's the same as listed to sold. If I wanted to go ahead and hit multiple items, I can hit sold. You can see here all my items are here. I'll just plug all the information in that I need to do. Or if I wanted to individually move them over, I can do that as well. We'll discard that. In the sold, same thing. You can press and hold. And in completed, you're just going to leave that because this item is completed. So again, super simple and easy to navigate through the item management page. Now I just want to go back and note a couple of things. So let's start with purchased. If I say wanted to make some edits or changes to an item, I'm just going to click on the individual item, hit the little pencil. Let's say I wanted to finally add in a photo. I can do that from here, from either my camera or my gallery. So for example, I know this is not the chambray jumper, but this will just give you an example of what that will look like. If let's say I needed to change my item number, I can change my item number here. So we'll say, you know, today's date, and it's item 6 that I'm listing. Let's say that that's the way that you do it. If I want to change my brand, everything's there. If I want to change it to the item name, the top, my tops, my status, we went over. Additional costs will go over in another section, but again, you'll just hit the check mark right here and see the status didn't move over, but all of my changes did. So that is one way where you can make edits and changes throughout. It doesn't matter what the status is. So let's say, for example, let's go to sold. So let's say we sold this piece, but we ended up having to add in an additional cost because we did closet clear out, let's say. So that's where you can add in your additional cost. That's what the additional cost is for. It's for anything extra that you had to pay that was not in your standard fee. So we'll hit the check mark there, and then that will save as well. Now there is one more status that you don't see here at the top, and that is a donated item. Donated items live in the completed section. So I know we have one right here. You can see here the status says donated. But basically what you can do to make an item that you brought home and it's just, you can't sell it because there is too much damage or it's an old piece that you want to donate, you just click on the individual item, hit the pencil, hit status, and you can hit donated. Once you hit donated, the only two fields that you're going to need to put in is the date. So it's like today's date was like your fake list date, let's say. And then your platform. I just create a platform called donation or damage. So it's something that I'm not selling. So you can see here my net profit is -10. That means I lost that on $10. I have like my donation date. So all the information will be on here. I'll just click the check mark. And then let's go to the completed section. Let's look for that fossil wallet. Again, by hitting this little alphabet right here, we can look for it this way, or if we just have too many pieces, let's look for it this way. There it is, our fossil wallet. And there's the item. Our cost was $10. No list fee, no listing fees. Our platform is donation, and we lost $10. And that is a quick tutorial on your item management. It does have so many other capabilities, but everything is pretty self-explanatory here. Again, the whole idea and the layout of this page is that it really mimics the life cycle of a reseller's item. Thank you so much for watching this video.